The following game has been rated E for everyone by the ESRB. That means that they feel that the content of the game would be appropriate for anyone aged 6 and up. That being said, while there are no restrictions per se on the content, it may not be appropriate for all audiences. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations. I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Today's game is called Race the Sun, made by a company called FlippFly, which both published and developed this game. It was released on April 21st, 2017. Basically, it's, for lack of a better term, a racing game. Unlike other racing games, however, where you chase other players around a track, you're basically racing the sun, hence the name. The sun, however, is currently in the process of setting, and your hang glider, plane, little boat thing, whatever vehicle you're using, it's a plane. It's solar powered, so once the sun goes down, you stop flying forward. So it's a nice little game. I don't play it as often as I probably should. It was available on Xbox's Games for Gold for free one time, so I decided to pick it up. It's currently, I believe, $10. It may go on sale, it may not. That's Microsoft's issue. That being said, let us begin. Just gotta sign in first. So there are a couple of different racing options. You can do the basic race, more advanced version called Apocalypse, which is basically starts you off in a harder environment, various locked modes, and basic casual mode, which just basically allows you to fly around, fly in a straight line. And then of course there's the credits from the publisher. There's also a leaderboard. While there's no multiplayer per se, you don't actually race other people while racing. They do have a leaderboard where you can pit your top score against everybody else's top score. So the game is simple in premise, as I said before. You basically fly this little plane, trying to avoid everything. There are various power-ups. The little yellow thingy that you saw basically speeds you up and stops the sun for a brief minute. The blue things that I am picking up are called Tris. They basically multiply your score. That was a warp pin thing, which basically skips the entire level, or what's left of the level. So basically on to Region 2. There's also various other power-ups and other things that you can fly into, what you can collect. I just don't know, or not. I can never. And that's what happens. You fly into things. You basically travel as far as you can until you fly into something. That or the sun sets and you run out of power. So in addition to the base leaderboard score, there's also various objectives that you can complete as seen on the right hand side of the screen. So you can collect, so right now my tasks are to collect 6 emergency portals, of which I already have 4, collect 4 boosters in the air in a round, and do a barrel 20 times in one run. So as you complete them, you increase your progress to the next level, and as you complete them, others take their place. I believe it's somewhat randomized, and it's the only way to progress. Not exactly my favorite part of the game, but I don't get a say in how it's produced, so I just do it. Also, where you see on the left-hand side where the world resets, that's because every day I guess around midnight. No, it'd be 1 a.m. Daylight savings time is 3. Anyway, at around 1 a.m. my local time, I don't know if it's going from 1 or midnight at anybody else's local time, if you're in a different time zone, but I digress. So basically, the world resets every day, and the levels change. Now, they won't change radically per se. You'll still see the same obstacles, like the slalom of death I'm about to enter. Various rocks and other things. Oh, crap. That could have been deadly. And various other things, little spiky mountains, all that fun stuff. They all, as well as the city, they all repeat in the same general region. However, that the order and frequency that each obstacle will appear at will change every time the world resets. So, what you're seeing me do now will not be the same things that I will be doing, at least not in the same order, tomorrow, if I get around to playing it tomorrow. Hey, we cleared the first region. Installed the press. So begins region 2. And as you progress, the regions get continually harder and harder until they actively try to kill you. And your goal, as I said, is to to race the sun. So this is another power-up. It gives me the ability to jump. So if I'm about to fly into something that I don't want to fly into, I can try to jump over it. Like so. Rather handy. Of course, bouncing into things does also lower your speed. And that's region 2. I'm not quite certain I feel if those rockets were ominous or not. So as you can see, all the little power-ups that I'm passing by on the left and right hand sides of the screen, you can try to collect. I generally find it's easier just to go forward. You can't actually slow down or stop. You're always moving forward. Your options are left or right. And then once you fly into something, you just restart. So there's other power-ups. I've seen shields which block, smack into something, repositions you higher, so you don't fly over whatever obstacle you landed, you were about to run into. There's also bonus worlds where if you enter the portal, I would see what I get for being caught. Anyway, there are bonus worlds which take you to alternate levels which you can fly around in, collecting your points. Generally try to avoid going to these tunnels, but something different. Why? Because they're dark and you're flying a solar-powered plane close to the ground. Kinda run out of power. Basically anything that cuts you off from the sun, oh look, something down there. Basically anything that cuts you off from the sun is something to be avoided. Let's take this route. apparently can only carry one jump boost at a time, so this is ready to go. And we're through region 2. I should point out, I've only ever gotten to region 4, I believe. After that, I usually either the sun sets or I plow into something. I am in no way an expert at this game. In fact, before today, I can't even tell you the last time I even turned it on to play it. Wow. I did not actually expect to do that without hitting something. The sun continues to get back up. And region 4, where things actively try to kill you. That would be something actively trying to kill you. And the sun sets. And we fly into something. Go again. Just take that, shortcut the region. I usually try to avoid that because I like the flying aspect of it, and you miss all the power-ups halfway through the region if you skip it. Like last time, I canned region 2 with a jump power-up. This time, I didn't because I didn't travel far enough to collect it. Another perfect region. I did not expect to get through there on this stage. Third region. Here we go. Dang it, wasn't high enough. Oh well. One more go. Because this is that kind of game. Points, I believe, are tallied based off distance multiplied by the multiplier, which is governed by how many trisks, which again are the little glowing triangles. That's usually how things end. I fly into things. We're region 1. Not paying attention. We let the initial opening piece of the music. On that sad little note, let's go look at Sunless Moon. So here you just basically fly around until you get bored or you fly into something. Usually by accident. I guess you could say that this is practice, but I don't know. I guess you could say it's practice. Look at that. Go off to the left. Little tap. And through the steep. That's what it is. Even when the dangers are minimal, you still fly. So, you also have the option to customize and modify your ship. Go to the spot where it is. Guess there's no. Oh, there it is. So, in addition to that, you can also customize your ship with various power-ups, which you unlock as you increase in level. So, I have access to 2 power-ups. I'm assuming that there's 3. You can also choose between various types of ships. Don't believe I've noticed much difference between the 2 that I've unlocked, so I'll just keep it with the default of Swallow. But I currently have Magnet equipped, which allows you to grab pickups from a greater distance. Basically, you don't have to fly as close to things to hit them. There's also Jump Storage, which allows you to pick up 2 jump power-ups instead of just 1. Battery, which allows you to survive slightly longer without the sun. Basically, it takes longer for your plane to run out of power. Portal storage, which allows you to store up to 2 emergency portals, which is the other power-up, which I haven't seen today. Oh, and turning jets, which allow your ship to turn faster. So that and the magnet I have equipped. I wouldn't mind the others, but I only have spots for 2, and I feel that those are the 2 main important ones. You also have various decals to put on your vessel. I'm assuming you'll get more as the levels increases, and I'm assuming you'll eventually get the option to put them on the right wing as well. I just haven't gotten that far. And these are my various stats. Also various options. So that is the game in a nutshell. It's rather simple, easy to pick up and play. Some days that's all you really want in a game. Not everything has to be a high definition, fight to the death between you and 1,000 other people. With the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Some days you just want to charge forward ahead and futilely attempt to race the sun. Hey, I didn't die. That's always a plus.
Driving forward. Again. Whee! Stay on the platform, stay on the platform. Easy to lose it. Yes, I'm well aware that I should probably be more faster with my witty banter, given the fact that I'm commenting on things that have already happened.
Region 2 down. So that's the shield protect, that's the portal blocker, the other power that I mentioned. So, with this equipped, if I smack into something, rather than just simply exploding, I'll end up higher up and I'll just keep playing. They're pretty sensy. That's a mountain. So if you briefly smack into something, you'll lose your bonus point multiplier. See, there I smacked into that. Normally, I would have just simply gotten taken out. Now, all over this, look like it. Now I got no power. And we have gotten through Region 4. I do not often get this far. The sun is setting. That's a jump. Region 5. And the sun has set. Well, as I bounce off of one thing and fly into another. Hey, max jump storage is increased. Cool. It'd be nice if I could actually equip it in addition to my other power-ups, because I'm not willing to give them up. But cool. See, I completed a bonus. We are 4 regions with no collisions in one round. So basically, you have to get through regions 1 through 4 without hitting any. Or dying. As you clear the objectives, each one is worth a certain number of circles. When you fill up the number of circles up into the level bar, you increase in level. As I said, they're somewhat randomized in the fact that you don't get to choose them, you don't get to work on others. It's these 3, and you don't get new ones until after you complete them. The do a barrel roll 20 times in one run, I have to admit, has been on there for God knows how long, and I have yet to even complete it. I can barely even do one barrel roll, and it doesn't really help in playing the game. Like, it doesn't give you any benefit, it doesn't increase your defense. You basically spin, which makes your plane hard to control, as it's careening into things. There's that. One more go. Avoid the tunnel. Darkness is not your friend. Not a Goma. Oh. And we're through. Without hitting anything. Mine. Try this again. Thought I saw something. Which is hard to do when you're speeding straight forward with low control over your speed. Forward movement. It's left, right, and forward. But you know, it's not forward, it's always forward. So it's basically left, right, and smacking into things. Those are your control options. Also mine. Thank you, bird. movie is through. Again. A little bit more. Yes, I'm well aware you're supposed to be good saying things, but I'm trying to concentrate on not dying. It's kind of the whole bit of the game. Should not have wasted that. Should not have wasted that. So let's see if I can find the thing that I thought I saw last time. The death slalom again.
I say that because when I first started, this was the hardest obstacle I had to go through in the first region.
But like all things, practice makes you better. I'm well aware it's supposed to be perfect, but perfection isn't really something one attains. Strive for it, but they never actually get it. And that's probably a good thing. Because once something is perfect, it can never improve. If it can never improve, well, then what's the point of working on it? Should have jumped that. Should have done a lot of things. I did not. Which is why I'm here. Talking to you. I really should pay attention. I also really should try not to hit anything. Oh, look at this. Hey, jump. Oh, look, a wall. You really gotta commit to the direction that you're flying. Thing you learn quickly when trying to play this game. You see something off to the side, you are not going to get it. You're not paying attention. You die. The sun sets, you stop flying. Which I've managed to accomplish a few times. There are times when I've managed to outlast the sun. I don't think I'm doing that today. What of that one run where I got to region, what, 5? But they kept giving me raise the sun boosters. So it never actually said. Got close though. Got really close. Whee! that was close. Blocks. It happens.
Whee.
Yes, saying "we" as you launch yourself off one of the platforms is technically not a rule, but it should be. Yeah, Clyde, you almost made me mess my power up. Thank you for trying to be cocky. I thought to myself, that would be my last run. 5 runs ago.
When did the tunnel end at that rate? I don't think I've been playing for an hour and 30 minutes.
I had no idea those balloon thingies were called puzzle keys. Interesting. Almost stopped paying attention. Get in a groove. Vision becomes tunneled. Fly under a cloud. Get where you're going. You smack into things. Whee. On the platform, stay on the platform. Hit the tree. Avoid the blimps. Will not avoid you. Go this way.
Okay, so what I briefly saw on the left-hand side was a puzzle gate. Not a puzzle gate, a bonus gate. Which takes you off into an alternate world. See if I can try to get it next time.
Probably not. You also left in the very beginning where it's the house and then the flamethrower. It make you wonder who lives in that house. Planes constantly flying by. Wondering why they do that. It sounds like exactly an airport. Unless it is. Maybe the player's house. In which case, it's a lot of new owners.
It's a remote craft to fly. Yes, when the game fails to provide lure, I will create my own. Sometimes I will do it even without the game failing to provide lure. It keeps me amused.
Jumpy. Stand still.
Didn't see the gate that time. Oh well.
On to World 3. Region 3. That's a windmill. More windmills. Whee! Jumpy. That. Tunnel. Sun is setting. Okay then. Yeah, they can fly through solid matter. Why can't I?
Because that's the point of the game. Okay?
One brief thing I haven't shown you yet. Apocalypse, which is basically the same as Race the Sun, just you basically start in around Region 5 where everything actively tries to kill you. I'm going to call that a nuke. I don't know what I hit, which launched me all the way across. But I will not complain, he says as he flies into something.
Clip that again. Jump. I didn't know it said personalized today. Okay.
So yeah, that's Apocalypse. I don't really. It's harder, and while I'm always up for more challenging things in games, I don't really much care for much harder things. And yes, I do make a distinction between the two. You know, have the player do X, Y, and Z to complete a certain task or level, and then changing it up to make the level have extra things. So in addition to X, Y, and Z, you also have to do W, X, Y, and Z. Yes, I have to think through the alphabet for a second. More interesting than just say having all the enemies take 2 hits to kill, but instead of the original 1. But that's just my own personal. We'll call it whining.
Complaint, worldview, whatever.
Let's go race the sun at 2.
That's a barrel roll, by the way. There's another one. And that was not a speed boost. That was a jump boost.
That's a tree. And on that note, we play again.
Spawning mountains, missed the jumpy. Well, speedy. Speedy? Yeah, I should probably come up with a better name. There's the trees, that's a rock, that's another rock. More buildings, and I'm through. Did not get as high point multiplier as I did the last time. But I also didn't hit anything yet.
That's a jumpy. That's an obstacle. Like the explosions. Alright, on that note, I should probably call it a day. Everyone have a good day.